For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kat from the Wild Alaskan Company recipe team, coming in live from Brooklyn, New York. We're making a pasta dish today with orzo. I actually cooked some orzo already just to prep for today's event. It is pasta, but I really love the light texture of this. This is going to be the base of the dish today. I think just a really nice summer like weight in food. So we're going to add a quick saute of summer squash to that, and that's going to add some flavor and juiciness to this dish. And then from there, all that's left to do is we're going to mix in some feta. Got some Bulgarian feta here, but any kind of feta works. Some lemon juice and herbs. Like, this is really all that there is in this dish. Summer squash, lemon, some chopped basil, and onion, plus olive oil, of course. I'm really excited because you can eat it as soon as you're done cooking it, or you can stash it in the fridge for another day. You can eat it cold or, save it to heat up another time. Let's start cooking. We're going to make the orzo salad. So what I am going to do first, before I forget, I'm just going to preheat a skillet that I have on the stove, medium heat. There's just a little bit of olive oil in there, maybe a tablespoon or so. I'm going to let that heat up. In the meantime, let's prep some salmon. I went ahead and patted this dry already with a clean kitchen towel. I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil on here. Little salt, little pepper, and this is gonna go into the oven. I have it preheated 350 degrees. That's gonna go in there for maybe 8 minutes. I'm gonna put in some onions and chili flake to kind of get this oil a little bit of flavor. So first we're gonna put in some onions. You can leave out the chili flake if you like, but I think it adds a nice little dimension of getting your salivary glands going. I'm gonna let this soften the onions, maybe 2 minutes or so. These onions look like they're softening up and getting maybe a little bit golden around the edges. I see some color happening here. So let me turn it down to a more medium flame. And now we're gonna add in beautiful yellow summer squash. And we're gonna let this cook down a little gently, maybe 5 minutes or so. Before I forget, let me season this up with a little bit of salt and pepper. When you're seasoning this, keep in mind that you are going to use feta, and feta tends to be salty. The salmon probably has 2 more minutes to cook. This maybe another minute more. So I have this orzo that I made right before. Like I said, this cooked in 5 minutes, so everything is coming together super quickly. I've already drizzled this with some olive oil so that it doesn't stick together. And then to this, we can go ahead and add maybe like half a lemon. It's all kind of to taste. So if you like it to be more juicy and acidic, feel free to add extra lemon on the side to add in. And then I'm gonna add in some of this feta, crumble it up, chop it up, however big or small you like these pieces. And then I'm going to add in basil to this. All right, that looks like my timer for the salmon is going off. I'm gonna add the basil to this, knowing that I'm gonna eat this very soon. If you're making this ahead of time, just add the herbs right before serving. I chopped these a little bit earlier, and the basil leaves especially start to get like kind of like oxidized and bruised up. It's not a bad thing, but if you want to keep the flavor really fresh, add the herbs in just before serving. All right, the salmon looks ready, and the summer squash I probably can leave here in the pan for maybe just another few minutes to finish cooking through. So the salmon is quite hot right now. You're more than welcome to let it cool first before you start flaking it. I'm gonna go ahead and flake this with a fork. Looking and smelling delicious. So this we can go ahead and fold into the orzo, and then the zucchini and onions, nice and hot, also can go straight into here. And there's all these like juices and delicious oils in this pan that you want to make sure you get into the pasta. Yeah, and then just give this a toss. You would be doing yourself a favor if you just added a fresh sprinkle of herbs right on top for a little extra beauty moment with this. And that's it. A sockeye orzo salad. This you can eat right now, straight out of the pan, or cover it and stash it in the fridge for up to 3 days. And then you can just sit there and eat it at the fridge if you're anything like me. Let me take a bite of this and let you know how it is. I love making this. I look forward to it every summer since we've had it. It's so easy, so simple. I think it maybe took me 20 minutes to make. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for today. Next week, we have our intro to cooking seafood. It's an event that I've been running about once a month. I'm covering all of the basics of thawing, essential tools, tips, tricks. If you've never been, I highly recommend you tune in. Until then, live wild. Have a great weekend, everyone.